Good afternoon, it's John, Highlands Aero. Wanted to show you a little pre-flight of our Pipistrel Alpha Trainer 1180 Lima. This is a Pro version, 23 model. It has the IFR training built in with the Garmin G3X Touch and G5 backup and so forth. I want to show you a little bit of the pre-flight of kind of what we do here at Highlands Aero. We have a checklist that's crafted just for this aircraft and has a number of features that we use at Highlands Aero. That might be a little bit different in your flight school and your training environment. So we're going to go to it. First thing we always do when we walk up to the aircraft is just kind of see what the state of the aircraft is. You can see it's parked here. It's got chocks. It also has tie-down ropes installed. And you also have some power cable going to the cabin. This specifically is for a battery maintainer that we have installed on the aircraft to keep the battery fully charged all the time. We do a lot of taxi and takeoffs and landings here. So that means we're running the power very low RPM. Doesn't have an alternator, has generators. So that generator does not produce full power at these low RPMs. When we're doing it consistently, we start draining the power, and flight after flight, we're going to start having lower power. It could affect starting and things like that. So as we see here, this is the state of it. We don't see anything crazy going on with the aircraft. There's no fluids on the ground. It's parked. The tires are inflated. First part of the checklist. First thing we do, we're going to check the operation of the doors. Make sure it's locking into place. Check this side. We'll go around to the other side as well. This one has that power cord installed in it. And it may, this one, for instance, may fall out while we're doing it. Okay. Next part of the checklist, checking doors and checking wing connection. Obviously, the Pipistrel Alpha Trainer has detachable wings. I don't usually take them off, but as part of the item, make sure it's still attached. We have two big bolts here. And we also have electrical connections on each side of the wing. And this one has the pitot and a T AOA indicator as well. Next part, to make sure the pin's been inserted is parachutes. Make sure the pin has safety parachute here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to check our ignition switch to make sure it's in the opposition safe for our testing. Next thing we're going to go down and we're going to check our green electrical switches, make sure they're all off. And then we're going to check the fuel valve, move from the closed position to the open position. We're also going to check the ELT over here to make sure it's not running. There's no lights blinking, so it's in the arm off position as well. We're going to check our aero and our documents. We have a pouch here with all our documents here, so verify that everything has been checked. Going through the checklist here. Flight controls flat panel, right? So we'll check the flat panel real quick. Make sure it works. It's spring connected. Flaperons have depressed. Now they come back up. We have a little bungee cord here for a gust lock protector. And it's spring back in place. So we saw that come back into place. That's great. The elevator, it has a spring centering. Go left, make sure that deflects left, make sure it deflects right. And we're looking at the tail, pull and stick aft, deflects up, down and down. We check this on the ground right here because we can't actually see behind us in the aircraft when the aircraft's on, the door's closed. So we have to check it now. We check the circuit breakers, make sure none are popped here. Again, they would look like this, so they'd be popped on this aircraft. And then we're going to turn on the master and battery gen switches on. You can hear the fan start coming up. All the displays are coming alive. That's what we're wanting to see. Next here, we're going to turn the fuel pump on. You start hearing that clicking noise in the background. That's the fuel pump. A couple of reasons why we have that fuel pump running right now. Summertime, you may have vapor lock. This system with the Rotax will return the fuel in the system, so it's a fuel return line. So we're just bringing in cool fuel circulating through the fuel line for it to help us start. As the displays are coming up, we can verify displays. We can check our Navigation databases are all up to date. Okay, we look at a couple things here. So because we got a fuel pump, we got positive fuel pressure. That's what we like to see. Next thing we're going to be checking the generator fail light. That's this light on here. Obviously, the generator's in the fail position because it's not operating at the moment. That's what we want to see. Displays have come on. Volts. Check, we got 13.4 volts. That's within the 12 to 14 volt range. And that's good for starting. Exterior lights. So we're going to turn all those on while keeping the fuel pump on. Landing light on. Navigation light on. We're going to check the cockpit light too as well. See a little green light here, adjustable. It's on. I'm going to turn that off now. Coming out to the front. Landing light is definitely on. Check here. Left side lights are working with the strobe. Walking around to the tail. Kind of hard to see this one. I'll bring this camera up. Definitely see the strobe going. Definitely see the white light there. It might look a little green, a little circuit board, but that's definitely on. Walking around to the right side of the aircraft, the starboard side, you can see the green light and the strobe flashing. Those lights are operating. We're going to turn them off to save the battery. All right, both lights are off. Next thing we're going to do, air brakes extend and retract. So the position for the air brakes is in the retract position. I'll extend it all the way to the extend. Light comes on. I did hear the speed brakes deploy. We'll check left side, right side. They both are up. Come back in the cabin. Set it back to retract. I hear them go down. The light comes off. We'll go back and double check that they are both down now. Next thing in the checklist, fuel quantity. Check it right here. We got 11 gallons in the tank. That looks good there. Coming back down, hobs and tack time. This is where we can go and check our hobs and tack, record them. I like to take a picture. And then the next thing is we start turning it off here. Fuel pump off, master gen switch is off. Obviously, the Garmin G5 has its own battery, so it's going to shut down on its own after it does a test. And we're going to check circuit breakers. So I'm checking all the rows over here, and don't see any depressed, all 4 rows. All right, we're going to go back on the left side here of the cabin. Then we're going to start an exterior check. So we walk all the way, we kind of skip the main landing gear, we come to the aft part of the main cabin here, and we start with outside air temperature gauge is here. Got the comm antenna, checking the GPS puck, checking to make sure that the gas cap is 2-3 finger tight. That's about all you need for that. Again, composite, so you're just looking for any cracks, deforms. Coming down below, got a static port on this side, make sure it's not obstructed. Another comm antenna here as well, and then you got the ADS-B antenna right there, transponder antenna on that side. Again, check for any cracks along the airframe. The nav antenna here as well. Really hot days during summer, so we got a lot of bugs. Make sure the bugs are installed as well. You see a lot of the attachment hardware has this orange paint, red paint on it. That's what we call a torque stripe in maintenance. The nice thing with this, we can check and see if they moved along the torque stripes. We're checking all the way around here in the front, top and bottom as well. We're going to go and remove this tie down. Got a little ratchet. And I can take that off. All right, I'm going to go and lower the tail here. Very easy to lower down, few pounds of pressure. You see right now it's off the nose there, sitting on the tail skid there. Not a problem at all. We're going to check the top, make sure we see any damage or anything like that. Make sure the tape is serviceable. No binding or anything in this U area here. Check functioning, and it is. Then we can raise it back up. Very easy. You do it one-handed, and it's back on its nose. So because this kind of falls down, you may see this kind of crack a little bit just with the paint chipping off when you set it down, or it might be a little rougher. what normal tail skids are. That's just normal for these aircraft because they do go down on the ground like that. Come back around forward. Start up here. Parachute comes out. You check to make sure tape's serviceable. Parachute strap covers are serviceable. ELT antenna here as well. You check the little the gap seal tape is serviceable as well on the top of the at the joint between the fuselage and the wings. Coming back down. Same thing here. A little piece of tape that covers this exhaust gas area. And then here is the fuel vent line. Make sure it's not obstructed. Get the other static port on this side as well. Looking down here, you'll see these little holes in the bottom of the fuselage. You'll see them underneath the wing too as well, a little red little circle around them. You know, because these planes are composite, there's not really any kind of natural places for any kind of condensation of water to drain out on its own. These little low areas and different spots allow that water to escape. Again, coming back, make sure the flaperons have some freedom of movement. Looking down at the tires. So obviously you check that they're inflated. This is inflated. Checking the tread. So we just got done doing some solo training. We're actually this next weekend we're rotating these tires. Started getting a little bald on some spots, still serviceable. Come back around, checking for any fluid leaking. Then also checking the brake pad. Make sure there's enough brake pad left for use, and there is. Okay, coming back around, checking full length of the wing for any kind of damage, hits or anything like that. Remove this tie down since we're here. Check the tie down, make sure it's not loose. Move the pitot tube cover. Okay. Same thing too, checking for any obstructions. Coming back around to the forward. Put that cover up. Then we're going to start checking the main area here. So we're looking for the cowling, make sure some of these quick fasteners are not extended or popped out. Checking for any loose hardware. Do a quick little visual inspection of the propeller. Come on this side as well. Checking the radiators, make sure they're not damaged at all. You got the cylinder head temperature, the coolant for the cylinder heads. There's a radiator there. Then you got the oil cooler down here. Obviously you got the landing light there. Checking the wear on the nose wheel tire. There's a little bit of wear, still serviceable. May replace it in the next 100 hour. Coming back around to the left side here. Here's the exhaust. Make sure it's serviceable. Oil system breather. You won't see this. There's a little tube coming out. I'll show you once we open up the coolant door. It just comes out essentially when there's just a hole on top of the oil tank, and there's a little tube, and any excess moisture and stuff gets kind of spit out at the end. You'll see a kind of mix of like an oil, waterish, and that's normal. That's what it's supposed to be doing, spitting out some water and moisture. Coming up here, here's the engine area. There's a little coolant reservoir back here. Kind of hard to see it. There's a min line, a max line. My recommendation is to kind of shake the aircraft, and you might be able to see it kind of slosh a little bit. You can see it right there below that, and that is where the fluid is, and we're in the middle there, and that's fine. I'm going to take the oil cap off. Don't forget to put this in your seat so you don't forget it. And this is dry sump reservoir, so it's going to show low. We'll have to do a burp for it to show any enough oil in there. So make sure the electrical is off, the ignition's in the off position, and once that's been safe, then you can spin this around. Make sure the oil cover, that the oil door is off, and you just spin it. Get it to about vertical so it doesn't hit you. Do a couple little clicks. You don't have to go fast with this at all. Creating pressure and moving the oil into the dry sump. And you'll hear, they call it burping, but it's more like a gargle noise. You might be able to hear it on the microphone. I don't know if you heard that at all. It just makes a little gargle noise. and I'll stand here and yeah, oh well. Check. Oil is now within the range. See this little green tube? That's the oil system breather tube. It runs out to the bottom of the cowling there. Get the cover. Put the cover back on. There we go. Make sure it's closed all the way. And that's it with the engine area. The next part we do right here is where the fuel drain is at. It's a little push. I'm not going to do it on this video, but you would grab a tester and push it and drain the fuel out from right here, the gascolator. Checking for any water. Got some tubes back here. This is a carburetor bowl. I got a preheat installed on the engine that's not plugged in for the summertime. Then we're almost done here, checking the left main landing gear as well. We're going to be swapping, rotating these tires out this next 100 hours this weekend. Checking the same thing we did on the other side. Any kind of damage, bald spots, serviceability of the tire. Looks pretty good there. And then the same thing too. The last part here, we're just checking the forward leading edge of this wing. I'm going to take off this tie down. There we go. Tie down's removed. Come back around. Take the play of the flapper on, and that's about it. The last thing to do before you take the chocks off, make sure you use the parking brake. Otherwise, the plane may roll on you if you have any kind of hill. Hope you enjoyed the video and catch me for the next one.